Hi, everybody. So, I wanted to actually give a personal reflection today about my work and my experience being in this work for about 8 years. When I first discovered energy healing, it was really earth shattering for me that there was this idea that all your beliefs are just being reflected out into reality. And if you change a belief, your reality changes. And it was like the biggest life hack I ever saw in my whole life. And it was so exciting. And I remember being on this high for like months after my first course and just like noticing all these synchronicities that were happening and noticing of like something bad happened. And then I just looked within and found the limiting belief and pulled it out. And then suddenly the reality changed. And I felt like I figured out how life works. And then it was so exciting. And I had to share it with everybody. And I taught it to all my friends and I started taking clients and it snowballed. It was a really quick from not knowing anything about it to teaching it to getting flown across the world to teach it. And I was only 24 and I was taking groups of 20 women who were in their 40s and teaching them about energy healing. And as I've gotten older and as I've seen different modalities, but also different realities, I started realizing it wasn't really my place to explain things away. Um, For example, there are certain things in this world that I don't want to put the onus on limiting beliefs or what's happening consciously or subconsciously within the person. I don't believe that somebody who was raped has a belief that, like, it's certain that they have a belief that they don't love themselves or they deserve to be raped or God needs to take things from them. I don't believe that. And I don't see a way of connecting child trafficking to children who need to work on themselves and work on their self development. And there's all these kind of shadow sides or parts of this world that were starting to get harder and harder for me to ingest as I was learning more and seeing more of the world. And during my hike from Mexico to Canada, we were caught in a lot of forest fires. And I also confronted the reality of climate change and what's really happening on this planet. And I'm noticing it's been hard to come back and show up as, light and love. And all you have to do is change your outlook and really coming to terms with there are systems happening. It's not just us as the individual, but there are huge systems happening, cultural systems, global stories that need to be looked at and changed. And to point everything at the individual, that it's the individual's issue, to me, it doesn't feel right anymore. And at the same time, I know that personal development is all our responsibility. So I'm just getting more and more into the understanding that I don't know shit. I really don't know shit. When I first started and I'd have clients with chronic illnesses, it'd be like, okay, what's going on here? What are your benefits of being sick? And now I'm seeing actually culture and what's happening in the 21st century is creating chronic illness. That this is a very new thing that's happening across the culture, that humans are getting sick because there's something happening in the way that we're living. And that's not on one person to solve because we've also structured surviving in a certain way that you have to compromise your health. And it's something that I'm confronting also in my own personal life. And I'm seeing it reflected in my business. In the olden days, when somebody was about to work with me and then they decided not to because they were feeling fear, the old me would have said, that's just your ego, like so afraid of the transformation that's about to happen. And now I'm like, maybe, but maybe it's also a trauma response, the fear that's coming up. Maybe it is your intuition telling you that I'm not the right fit for you. And it's been a process for me to develop this ability to just sit and not try to push a sale and not try to convince people to work with me and not think that I'm this person who has the answers and not guarantee anything as well. And I've been seeing it with other coaches and other people in this world. They write in their posts, results guaranteed. Or if you're ready to revamp your life, then join this program and then you're going to be a different person at the end. And now I'm seeing that and I'm asking, from what authority do they have to guarantee somebody a transformation? Or from what authority can they promise anyone results? And I'm just starting to let go of that piece and realize that what I'm here for is to be in process with somebody and to hold space for them and to allow all the different emerging points to come in. You could come in to my container because you want to grow your business and halfway through realize you actually don't want the business at all. And that's not a failure to me anymore. That's letting us bring in what's really truly happening and making space for that and letting that piece come into fruition. You might want to work on your money mindset with me, and at the end you feel 12% better and not 100% better. And instead of looking at that as my failure or our failure, allowing life to have a bigger role in the work that I do and trusting that that was exactly what we were supposed to do together. And this is something I'm struggling with now, this balance of inviting people in to my work and yet not promising anything because I don't believe that that's ethical. But I can promise that whatever does come up, we'll be there for that. We'll hold space for that. We'll move with that together. And whatever comes out on the other side, I don't know what that will be because I'm not a psychic, I'm not a guru, and I don't claim to be that. And I don't think anyone should claim to be that. But I do know that you and I are working with life together and that life is the thing that's moving all these pieces. And you and I can become witness to that. So I will keep watching as my work develops because this new piece here of I don't know shit, I really don't know shit, is a hard piece to hold. And yet I feel it's really important. And I think when I was 21 and excited about this work, it was really exciting to have an answer to everything. And now I feel I have no answers. And in the space of no answers, that's really where our work is, of just sensing and noticing and becoming inside the space of nothingness. So if this relates to you at all, you're welcome to reach out to me and we can move through that together. And I'm wishing everybody a wonderful day. Have a great week.